Support will be fully behind Federer. Federer, who hasn't played competitively since that Davis Cup match against Serbia, which of course Switzerland won. They're into the quarterfinals. They're looking good to potentially go the whole way.
First set, Roger.
As usual with Federer, he'll serve first. And making his move on the very first point.
And a nicely controlled forehand from Roger Federer, which hasn't always been the case over the last couple of years. Sometimes comes out of the chute. Well, like a bull in a china shop.
Well, he's very much a serve and forehand player, Becker. And showing the power that he has off that wing. Sixth event for the German. Last couple of weeks he's been in America. Lost opening round last week to Cilic. Who won the event the week before in Memphis. Also lost to the winner in Nishikori.
Second serve has always been a major strength of Federer's. Just doesn't allow opponents to get on top of him. He often sees weak returns and deals with them accordingly.
A couple of strong points from Federer.
14. First game.
He was in fine form in Australia. Federer very happy with his form there. And what do you think he'll want to take from the next couple of months, Peter?
Want to take some wins. I think that yeah, he will have been very pleased with how he performed in Australia. Obviously would have liked to have gone another couple of rounds, but I think this is a time for him to consolidate that form. You know, he's done so well in Dubai over the past several years that he's looking to come back here and combine his past form, his present, into a win.
15.
It's been an event that has been totally dominated over the last 10 or 11 years by Djokovic and Federer. As I mentioned, Federer has won this event 5 occasions, Djokovic 4 out of the last 5 years.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tight approach shot from Becker. Put a lot of topspin on it, and Federer had a pretty good look at the pass. And that's what Mark Petchey was talking about before the match. Benjamin Becker, although not the world's tallest guy, is a great server. Really does place it well, varies his spins and speeds on both serves, first and second.
And important tonight, Peter, that he does get a high percentage in on that first serve.
Yeah, he needs several cheap points a game off the serve, because if he's forced to rally every point, the odds are not in his favor, to say the least.
13-14.
Well, Federer looking for a fast start here. Earned himself a break point.
Advantage Becker.
That's magnificent, all set up by the quality of the return from Federer.
Juice.
And again, a little indecisive with that approach. Not sure where he wants to go.
Yeah, and although Becker likes to use the forehand as an aggressive shot, I'm not certain that it's his a great strength. It is a shot that he makes a lot of errors with.
And that's the worst possible start for the German. Lost his opening service game. All the momentum for Federer. And how many times over the years have we seen Federer get the early break?
And perhaps that double fault caused by, what, 4 or 5 unforced errors off the forehand wing. Becker probably feeling that he has to go for something a little special.
Struggling on the approach because maybe he doesn't back himself with a volley, Peter?
Perhaps. But to be fair, Barry, you know, it's a different era from certainly the one that I played in, and perhaps yours as well, in that you can't just hit a benign slice deep into the court and expect to win the majority of points from the net. And so Becker, they're trying to put just a little too much oomph on the ball off a ball that's below the height of the net.
Well, how early did he hit that forehand?
13-15.
Yeah, look how far inside the baseline Federer was hitting that forehand. Good 3 or 4 feet. That's where he'd like to be all the time.
Third shot.
And not only has he struggled with his second serve in this game, a couple of double faults, also yet to find a first serve.
Stop. Federer challenge ball on the base.
Confident shout. And that's why.
14-13.
Well, it's all Federer, opening 10 minutes. He's halfway there to take the opening set. 3-love to the 4th seed. His tournament in Dubai. Wins earlier for Dmitry Tursunov, who is in Federer's quarter of the draw. So far, so good. First match of the evening session for Federer.
Interesting there. Watch Federer. He goes in behind the forehand. Doesn't take a split step at all. Not sure if that helped him or otherwise.
That's interesting, that prediction. Do you think maybe he should have done?
Totally. And I'd be interested to hear Stefan Edberg's comments with Roger, because I guarantee you that Stefan Edberg throughout his career never hit a volley without taking a split step.
Well, he took a split step there. Perfect balance for that forehand volley.
15-13.
Just a chance to collect yourself, gain your balance, and push off in one direction or another. If you don't do it, if your feet are just caught in the wrong spot, you don't have quite the same power moving to the ball. I really find it astounding the number of players who don't take a split step on every single shot. It's a different day and age, I suppose, but I'm not sure if it's a new and improved one.
It's taken him a while, but he's found one of those half-court forehands. So going back to the split step, Peter, it's always better to be maybe half a step further back but be unbalanced, because Federer was looking to try and get to the net as quick as he could.
Absolutely. I think, you know, first things first. The more in balance you can be, the more times you're going to hit the ball in the court. And while it is advisable to get as close to the net as possible, you know, the extra 6 inches to a foot that you might be able to get in just by sprinting is more often than not negated by just missing balls that shouldn't be missed simply because you're off balance.
Well, he was down at 33% first serves his first couple of service games, but normal service resumed. Well, he raced through that service game. Becker struggling to make an impression there on Federer's serve. Plenty of support for Federer. There's Roger's wife, who's expecting third child later this year. And of course, no Swiss #1 this week. Wawrinka still hasn't played since his incredible triumph in Melbourne. Still expecting to be back in Indian Wells, which starts next week.
That must have been a big hangover.
Well, he's done it again. Not overplaying with that forehand approach because he's backing his skills at the net.
That's certainly encouraging. The number of times that Federer has made his way to the net early in this match.
Well, he's rushing him on the forehand. A big swing that Becker has, forcing the error. And how Federer would like the Australian Open and the US Open to be the speed at the court here in Dubai.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, Barry. I mean, really, you can say, well, what's wrong with Federer? But it possibly is nothing more than the fact that the conditions are so different than they were 6, 7 years ago.
The US Open used to be rocket, didn't it? Yes, center court there.
Yeah, quick courts as well as quick balls. Now every hard court tournament seems to be played in quicksand.
He hasn't had too many opportunities to step inside the baseline, Becker. Federer's form has been exemplary. 22 minutes it's taken him to get to this position, a couple of set points. And a fine way to finish an impressive opening set for Federer. Becker will feel he can play better than that, but Federer, well, he's been good. 6-1 to Roger.
Passed his exam with flying colours in the opening set, didn't he? I mean, it was old school tennis, and he certainly gave Becker a lesson out there. I mean, he was pitch perfect in serving stats and winners to unforced errors. Makes very, very pleasant reading if you're a Federer fan. It is quick. I mean, it's arguably right now, watching them both play, it's almost the quickest court I think we see on tour. But having said that, he's made a superb adjustment, and it's suiting him. And Becker at the moment just doesn't have any answers. 64% of your first serves in, and you still get beaten that badly. That's worrying.
Yes, the only consolation for him is that if the second set continues in the same manner as the first, he won't have to worry for that much longer, just another 22 minutes. That's not Cowan and Fleming, is it?
Unless they turn French. Very French call, that.
Well, they need to keep concentrating. Becker yet to make a visit to the forecourt. Back up to the box, and Peter and Barry.
Oh no. Well, he certainly didn't want to come to the net then, Becker. But he actually hit a brilliant volley, but the smash, well, I'd like to have that one back again.
Yeah, and so crucial for Becker to hold this first service game in set number 2.
Would you always take the smash on the full, Peter, in whatever conditions, or would you let the ball bounce sometimes?
Well, yeah, sometimes you let it bounce if it's windy or the lights are bad and you just don't see the ball. But generally speaking, yeah, take it out of the air. Of course, if you're with the wind and someone throws up a high lob, then it's real easy to let it bounce. The ball just sits there as if it's a serve.
That's a nice finish. Much better service game from Becker. Negotiated his opening service game, something he wasn't able to do at the start of the match.
Yeah, and that's the first hurdle. Now, number 2, can he somehow become competitive in Federer's service game? Something he most definitely did not manage in set number 1.
I'm sure Roger's father in the afternoon, a chance to play a bit of golf. Impossible there, changing direction off a heavy shot from Federer. It's only the second point he's lost on his first serve.
Federer. One game on.
Only on one occasion has he lost in the opening round. That was back in 2008 when he lost to Murray. Federer.
That's a pretty rough first round draw.
Murray, who's in action this week in Acapulco on the hard. That's a great smash. A good stretch from Federer.
Yeah, and talk about tough first round draws. Murray's got it.
15-1.
Tonight, I believe. Did they play tonight? No.
Tomorrow.
Who's it? The Spaniard that he plays? Andujar, yeah, the guy who had a couple of match points on Rafa last week. So not going to be easy for Murray in Acapulco.
And I bet the locals can't wait for Isman Karlovic in the opening round.
There'll be some basketball scouts out for that match.
He didn't split step either there, Peter.
He's lost 2 points. And on both of those, 2 points at the net, I should say, and both times he failed to split.
Superb. Such vision with the drop shot.
14-30.
Yeah, beautifully finished. Of course, the penultimate forehand was pretty darn good as well.
No, he doesn't have one of the greatest backhands in the top 100. Unfortunately for Becker, unforced error, and Federer threatening. Be worth a challenge. A shake of the head from Becker. Does that mean it's out? Oh, how close as that.
Advantage Becker.
Federer's hitting the ball very well from the back, but it certainly seems that Becker's devoid of any ideas in those baseline rallies. That helps his cause. Good ball striking there from Benjamin Becker. And he's playing better in this second set. No breaks. Becker leads 2-1. That's a really good crowd, and you would expect that with the draw that is Roger Federer. He's been a great supporter of this event, but it didn't start well for Federer. Way back when he put in a bit of a lame performance in one of his early years. He withheld his guarantee but came back the following year and won the title.
$13-15.
He is struggling to make too many returns, Becker. Standing too close. I think he should stand a little further back, give himself a bit more time. Of course, that then opens up the angles.
2 games off.
Well, perhaps. I think it's something that he should try anyway. When you're in a match against a guy who's dominant on serve, you've got to show him something different. Stand in, stand back, stand to the left, stand to the right, whatever. Hopefully you can put him off his concentration just a little bit.
He's only won 7 points and Federer's 6 service games, and 2 of those 7 points were double faults. But it was an instant challenge from Federer. Becker didn't hear it.
A wasted one.
15 love. 30 love. Mr. Federer has one challenge.
Becker, who hit the headlines back in 2006 when he beat Andre Agassi in what was the Americans' last match in New York.
It was a valiant effort that day from Andre, but it was a little sad to see him go out in such pain.
Becker.
He's continued to serve better in this second set. 3-2 to the German. Always likes to use his forehand, Federer, and he's done that again tonight.
15 love.
Well, we've seen him quite a few times use that play this evening, and it has worked well for Federer, coasting in.
13-15.
Yeah, and this wasn't a bad defensive shot from Becker. Got it down low. Perhaps didn't anticipate enough that the next ball might have been a drop volley.
Incredible.
Yeah, he liked that one.
He was always going to play this hot dog, Federer. We've seen it before in New York. And that was what he was playing for, the lob.
40-15. Thank you.
A nonchalant play there from Federer. He wouldn't be a bad player if he had a bit of talent.
Yeah, exactly. He's still not bad.
Law 15. Law 13.
And this will disappoint Becker. A couple of bad errors and really is up against it now in the 7th game of this second set.
And the first service.
Well, it seems that
15,
potentially the
13.
only way for Becker to hold on here. He does find those big first serves.
Third shot.
Was sort of Federer of old, that point. Just sitting tight, waiting for the error.
30-14.
It was a terrific return to serve because the first delivery from the German was very forceful.
And he gets the break. Just put the ball in court really there, Federer. And Becker coughs up another error. And Federer in total control.
15 love.
Well, there's definitely more of an effort from Federer to come forward. He volleyed well in Australia. He's volleyed well this evening.
Love. Game Federer.
Another love service game for Federer.
Federer needs 5 games of throw.
Well, you'd have to say that this is a man against a boy, really, in terms of tennis talents. Okay, Becker's a mature guy, but just hasn't been able to match Federer from the back of the court. That self-destruct button has been front and center. He has to hide it from himself a little bit better.
Love. Love.
Well, the way he's been serving, and the fact that he hasn't been tested, he's pretty comfortable in this game to just have a swing.
Becker's having one of these nightmare days that you just cringe about.
But he just fed the Federer forehand.
Third shot.
Easy pickings for Federer.
14-13. Jeez.
And he hasn't looked comfortable, really, from the very start of the match, Becker.
Advantage Becker.
Yeah, intelligent play from Federer. He's been happy quite a few times this evening to just rally back down the middle. And he was talking before this event of he feels much better physically. He had a great off-season in Dubai in December.
Advantage Becker.
Well, Becker just fed that one right down the middle. He's got to figure out some way to put Federer under pressure.
Net for service. Advantage Becker. Jeez.
The longest game of the match. Another chance to close it out for Becker. Which he does. One of his best forehands of the evening. Well, certainly the way this match has gone in the previous three encounters. Almost the case it's just delaying the inevitable. Federer will serve for the match. Now serving for a spot in the second round, Federer. And one of his best returns from Becker.
to the wall stuff.
Very strong on that forehand return because of his big swings, and he doesn't necessarily have the best hand skills and the ability to just chop the ball back.
30-15.
It's just a beautifully constructed point from Federer. In control right from the word go.
This was a terrific squash shot from Becker. In the end, very nearly salvaged the point.
First time he's got to juice.
Juice.
And he's reached the hour mark. Out of nowhere, a break back point for Becker.
Gosh. 3 inexplicable points from 40-15 up. But thankfully, Federer recovers.
He's popped a string as well, Becker. And a third chance for Federer to win this match.
And I say thankfully because the 2 errors that Federer made at 40-15 were so rash that he were to go on and lose this service game and perhaps the set of the match, the shadow would be incessant.
Well, a very comfortable first round win for Roger Federer, his 933rd win of his career. Just the start he would have wanted to have here in Dubai. Tougher tests await for the great champion. He'll be delighted to get off his campaign to a winning start.
Yeah, confident performance from Federer. As you say, tougher tests await. Becker just not up to it tonight.
Yeah, just briefly, a touch of concern for Federer fans, those 2 errors as he served for the match, but Becker couldn't take advantage. And the main man, the 5-time former champion, sails through to the second round. And in the second round, he'll play either Radek Stepanek or Michael Russell of the United States. Earlier today, we saw Dmitry Tursunov come through very comfortably.